Hello guys, welcome back to VC Tech. In today's video, we are going to be diving into one of the most important concepts in networking, which is routing. Have you ever wondered how data travels from one network to another, or how your computer in one office can communicate with another branch that it's in a different location? Well, that's how routing works. And today I will show you how to configure static routing in a Cisco Packet Tracer with real examples. So by the end of this video, you would fully understand how router makes decisions in a network. So with that being said, let's see what routing is. In networking, routing is the process of determining the path that data takes across networks. And for that to happen, there are two main types of routing. One is static routing, which is manually configured by the network administrator, as well as we have dynamic routing, automatically learned by router through routing protocol like RIP and OSPF. Static routing is important because it provides full control over routing paths, as it is simple for smaller networks, and the security since the routes are manually configured. We also have the advantages to static routing, which for the advantage is easy to configure for small networks, secure since the routes are manually defined, and is also predictable and stable since you manually configured everything. However, the manual reconfiguration requires if topology changes. So if there is a change in the network, you have to manually configure everything that you did in the network, and that could be very time consuming. So with that being said, guys, let's head over to the Cisco Packet Tracer lab, where we will be having our tutorial on static routing. So this is one router over here, and this is another router over here, and for this local area network to be able to communicate with this network over here, we need to configure static routing. Let's do that right now. First of all, we need to assign IP address to the interfaces on the router. So we do, they know, everyone we go to, we want to be using this IP address for this local area network 192.168.1.0/24 notation, and we want to be using .2 here, 2.0. Now let's assign IP, and we want to have 10.10.10.10.10.0/24. Let's assign IP address to the interfaces now. Please gig 0/1. And we want to assign the IP address here and no short. And as you can see, the local area network for this interface is active. Let's also assign IP address to this interface and make it active also. That's interface gig 0/1. Interface gig 0/1, no short. IP add should be 192.168.2.4. .NET mask of 255.55.0. We've also assigned IP address to this interface for this local area network. Let's also assign IP address to these interfaces and try to ping and see if it goes. Remember guys, we cannot ping another router except we have routing protocol configured. So we want to be using 10.1 for this interface. Sorry, IP add and 10.1, .NET mask of 255.0. and you say no shots, and we want to go to this interface gig0/0. IP address here will be 10.10.10.2, 255.255.0. One shot. And as you can see, guys, for interface gig0/1 we have 192.168.1.1, and interface gig0/0 we have 10.10.10.1. Let's check on the second router, 10.10.10.2 and 192.168.2.1. Now let's assign IP address to the host PCs and try to ping. We want to give this 5. Do that. 92.168.1.1 default gateway. Let's also assign IP address to this 2.5. Alright guys, let's try to ping. Let's try to ping our default gateway first and see what happens. 192.168.2.1. Of course, we're going to get communication because we are directly connected to it. Now let's try to ping the 1.1 network. 1.1 destination host is unreachable because we've not configured static routing on either of the router. Now this is where the class gets interesting, because we have to configure static routing. Now how do we do that? We say IP route, then now it's asking us for the destination IP. Where are we going to? Like, where do we want to go to? And we want to go to this network over here, 192.168.2.0. So what we do is we say 192.168.2.0 network. That is where we want to go to. That has the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Now how do we go there? It says we should use the next hub. We could use the next hub. Now the next hub from here is this interface over here, which is directly connected to the network where we are going to. And this network has 10.2, so you're going to be 10.10.10.2. Now we've configured static routing on this router. We also need to configure it on the second router so it knows how to send the packet back. For this, we will just be using the opposite of what we did, so IP route, and instead of this IP address, we'll be using this IP address now to be the destination, which is 192.168.1.0, the subnet mask of 255.255.0. And this is also going to be using the next hub IP, which is going to be on this interface gig0/0, that has the IP address of 10.1. So we say 10.10.10.1. Now by doing that, we've configured static routes on the both routers, and they should be able to communicate. Now let's try to ping the 1.1 network. It's gonna take a while. As you can see, guys, we are able to gain communication. Previously it told us that the destination host was unreachable because we've not configured static routing on either of the router. But since we've done that now, we are able to ping from 2.0 network to 2.1. Let's also try to ping from 1.0 network to 2.0. 192.168.2.5. This, as you can see, we are able to ping 2.5 or 2.0 network. So that is how static route is being configured on a Cisco Packet Tracer. For this tutorial, we've talked about what static routing is and how it's being used and how it's being configured. I hope this video helped us on what routing is, and I hope to see you in the next video, which is going to be RIP, how it's done automatically. See you guys.